Hey everybody, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. We got a couple more updates, pretty cool ones, nothing too crazy. There's no content really, if you really think about it. There's Union Cross, there's Coliseum, but there's no events, which I'm really missing. I wish there was events. I wish there was avatar boards. What's happened to avatar boards? They kind of just like poof, disappeared. They will be back, but I think it's because they counted the gem avatar board as one of our avatar boards, so it seems like a long space since we got something avatar worthy. But we did get an avatar in this one, the Union Cross. We got Flotsam and Jetsam avatar, which is pretty funny. They're just kind of following you there. But they changed another thing on this, I'm pretty sure. It's here for 1 week. I prefer the 1 week ones, but the bonus hard level, they changed it to 30 minutes. So it's only here for 30 minutes where you face all those hard bosses and you get a lot of Union Cross coins. I think they did that because in literally 1 hour, everybody was finishing their Union Cross boards, like all 8 of them in just 1 hour, because a lot of people, like good groups, got together, or just even 1 or 2 really good players. You guys can complete quests every 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes for an hour you're getting like 2,000 to 3,000 Union Cross coins, which basically meant that you're completing it in 1 hour and that's it. Nobody was touching it, so it might have screwed up all the times with everybody. Like people were trying to play but nobody was really playing because all the good players already did it and all the scrubs couldn't really do it without the help of some strong players. So they might have done it for that or for completely other reasons. I feel like it might be that to balance out the times better, but who knows. On this, we do have 4 boards. 4 boards means 160 jewels per board, which we're looking at 640 jewels, which is pretty good for 4 boards. 640 jewels. Let me just go double check that. Cross boards. Here we go. First one, you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 jewels there. 80 jewels on the first one. Obviously, the second one's going to be exactly the same if I can actually click on it. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's another 80 there. That's 160. So I totally said that wrong. 320 jewels. 320 jewels. If this one's exactly the same, let me just do this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So yeah, there's 80 jewels per board. Again, 4 boards is 320 jewels. I don't know why I said more than that. I was thinking like 8 boards. But 320 jewels is sitting right here, which is pretty good unless the last board is something different. But I don't want to count it out. So 320 jewels right there. Daily quest we're going to have. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So there is quite a bit of jewels going everywhere. But for the rest of this, you're basically got I gotcha, the chat phrase, and woohoo, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to use the woohoo one. Just every time we beat something. Woohoo! And then we got rare enemy perk +2. You guys don't have to really worry about these like enemy perks and skill perks and everything because they always come back. There's not much of them. There's not a big variety. There's rare enemy perk, skill perk, critical perk. Critical perk, I wish there was more. That'd be nice. But it just keeps rotating on different avatar pieces. So if you miss out one, don't worry too much. It'll come out in something. The only thing you're really missing on is the cosmetics. The Flotsam and Jetsam there, which is pretty cool. So that's Union Cross. Let's jump into the next one. Just do Union Cross. It's free jewels, free mirrors, free everything. So just go for it. It doesn't take too long. You go in there. A lot of good players play. Again, they might change that 30-minute thing because a lot of people are just completing it quick, but I already went over that. Second is the 0 AP campaign. Anybody free to play, and you should be doing this every time there's a 0 AP campaign. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't matter which day out of those days. The only day Monday is not the good day because Mondays is like Olympia quest and that's it. But every other day you can farm the Huey, Dewey, and Louie medals. Just farm them, guys. Farm them like crazy. And the best way to farm them, I know everyone says use Kyrie 2 just to pop them all. Like you guys could just use this and pop it. But the thing I want to talk about is, so what you need is a medal that has -60 ground, and it has to have at least 7,000 strength on it or something like that. Not too much, but if the multiplier is 2.35, I don't think you have to chip it at all. But go into the quest. You guys are not going to see this quest if you're free to play right now. But go into your special tab. While there's 0 IP, you guys should be farming. So let's say this is the one that's during that day. You guys go in, and this is a lot quicker than popping Kyrie 2, because Kyrie 2 you have to activate it, shows a special, then it ends. But literally, watch this. Swipe and done. You can just turn off your brain and do this. You just watch TV, literally turn your head and just listen to the sound effects. Swipe, it's dead, move to the next enemy, and that's all you gotta do. It's so easy to farm during 0 AP. Like, how long did that take me? 20 seconds? Not even. You guys have the timer on the video. You can see how long it took. But that's all you gotta do. And collect the chest, obviously. But you can even skip the chest, because there you go. I got the big plane and the 5-star one. So, use any medal that has -60 trade on it and just go mind turned off farming. Like, turn off your mind and just farm. Watch TV and just farm. Do whatever you gotta do and just farm. That's the best time to farm, guys, is it's the best time during 0 AP, because you can get away with so much during this campaign. You don't have to be like everyone else who buys that VIP and completes everything in one quest and gets a bunch of not magic brooms, Fantasia Mickey, A's, you get all the Huey, Dewey, Louis. It's a really good quest, but for free-to-play players, this is the way to go. Use your 0 AP, grab a medal that has -60 trade on it, and go ape. You can farm so fast with that. So let's continue into this 0 AP. Again, actually, 0 AP, finish your story mode. Even if you can't 3 Mickey head everything, every 5 quests gives you jewels. Same thing with proud mode. Go straight to the boss. Every 5 quests gives you more jewels. So if you're running low on jewels and you want to stock up, really good way to do it. Then we got daily challenge. Again, more jewels. The only thing I don't like, again, it's not permanent. It's only here for 7 days. I'm still waiting for the day that we turn on the game and it says, hey, daily jewel challenge is now every day. That would be great, Cena. Thank you very much. But it's not. Either way, it's fine. 1,400 jewels. We just saw the rating one. Right before the rating one, we had another one. So we have seen this quite often, which is nice. Now I'm just hoping that they'll do it permanently. They'll really make their player base super happy and more like, we like this game and we like how the developers are. But sadly, they haven't kicked it in yet. It's been over a year. I'm not going to go on it. I can go on forever talking about that, but let's continue. So, free-to-play can't do anything about this, but cheat-to-play and pay-to-play can definitely do something about this. I'm going to give a couple tips on this. This medal itself and basically how much you guys want to spend or not spend. Again, this is nothing me telling you guys, hey, this is what you should do. I'm not telling you how to play your game. Do what you want. I'm just giving my advice to this. So, Illustrated Vivi, is it a good medal? Yes. Yes, it is. It's an incredible medal. I don't care that it's only 3 attacks. You guys said that Moana was a bad medal, and how much have I accomplished on my free-to-play account with Moana? And she only buffs magic by 3 tiers. Now, a medal that buffs any attribute and your strength by 3 tiers for 3 attacks, it's an incredible medal. Now, there's better medals. You guys are going to say, well, the Illustrated Plain Sora, the Simba Sora, the Lion King Sora, it does the same thing for 1 turn, so I'm just going to wait for that. Go look at the timeline of when that was released. And look when this Vivi was released. Now, I know they can change at any time, but they're not going to. That medal is 4 to 5 months away. So if you want to skip on this because the next VIP is better, well, guess what? When we get that Sora, Simba form Sora or Lion King form Sora, when we get that one, the next VIP in JP is going to be a +6 buffer and a plus PSM up buffer, and we're no longer going to want that Sora. So, it's always a vicious cycle, guys. You're going to see this medal, but JP's going to have a better medal. But when we get that better medal, JP's going to have another better medal, and so on and so on. So if you guys want to keep waiting, you're going to keep waiting forever. I would give you advice on stuff that are close by. Like when I told you, don't pull for Illustrated Kairi because we're going to have the Little Mermaid High Score Challenge. Things like that were obvious. But medals like this, there's not much of these around. There is medals that do close to what this does, but it's more for like individual, like +3 power, -3 power, like the EX medals. They do what this does, but in a different way. Not as much or not with the strength buff, but there will be medals that have this or close to this. So you don't have to worry about not spending money in the game. There is medals that are going to do what this does or better and pretty close by, but not exactly what he does. He's just a little bit better because it's perfect. It's +3, nothing else. You literally could put them on any Keyblade setup, where other medals is like +2 strength and +3 magic. Stuff like that. It's not the exact same things. I'm not going to name any medals, but when you guys say, oh, look at this medal, but this medal's better, that's always going to happen. That's always going to happen. It's never going to change. So if you don't pull now, you're going to wait for that one, and then you're not going to pull for that one because you're going to wait for the next one. It's a vicious cycle. But I'm going to get off that topic. Let's continue the video. So Illustrated Vivi, he's really good. 1, it's a VIP medal, meaning you get traits because they actually give you separate copies. 2, I really hate that they still don't do 1 VIP week equals a guild. JP does it, which I shouldn't be comparing the two games, but I feel like this is a lot of money for one medal. $40 Canadian for me to gilt a medal. But the good thing about Vivi is you don't have to gilt them. Now, he gilted, obviously he's going to do some damage, but what we want him for, we don't need Vivi gilted. So, if you buy this one VIP, you basically have the chance to get extra attack on him in one purchase. So, I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to do my medal spotlight video. If I don't get extra attack on him, then obviously I'm going to go for the next one and try to get the extra attack. Also, because bonus jewels. You get 4,400 jewels for one VIP purchase and a medal. This is the best time to use your gift cards, or if you want to pay for the game to support it. These are the best times to buy VIP. I would never recommend buying VIP without a medal or the extra 1,400 jewels. Like, the combination is value, really good value. It's really good value. But let's go back to Vivi. If you buy this one banner and you can't afford the next one, you don't need to gilt this medal. You have the chance to get an extra attack. Even if you don't get extra attack, this medal is really good just by itself. Again, Moana. I showed you guys so much Moana Maui, what they could do. And they did a lot. Even buffing themselves and doing their attack and buffing just the next two medals, it's a lot. Let me explain how these medals work. I think I just threw them on the Fenrir just to show. It doesn't have to be a Keyblade setup, but again, Vivi fits anywhere. So, how does these medal work that say 3 attacks? So, basically, when you activate the medal, you guys are going to see here in the description, it says raises strength by 3 tiers for 3 attacks, raises strength of all attributes by 3 tiers for 3 attacks. So that means power, speed, and magic strength up by 3. When you activate it, it counts itself. So I'm activating Vivi. I got a +3/+3 for his attack for himself. Now when the buff comes over here, it's turn number 2, attack number 2. This medal gets +3/+3. And then when the buff gets over here, it's +3/+3. But then the friend medal won't get the buff. Now if you put Vivi over here, Vivi buff itself, Vivi will buff the 5th medal, and Vivi will buff the friend medal. Now if you have extra attack, let's go back to this slot. Extra attack on a medal that says for 3 attacks. Activate the medal, that's 1 attack. Activate medal again, that's 2 attacks. And then it will come over here, and this activating this medal or tapping, I think tapping. Yeah, it's the next 3 attacks. It doesn't matter if you tap or don't tap. So the next 3 attacks, so if you tap or activate, I don't know why I got stuck there for a second. This medal will get a +6/+6, but then that +6/+6 won't come over here. It'll be a +3/+3. So extra attack, 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack for the first activation of Illustrated Vivi. And the second activation will be a +3/+3. That +3 will come over here, make it a +6. And then the second activation's +3 will still be over here. So even though he's on the 3rd slot, this medal will still get a +3 attack and +3 PSM up attack, which is really good still. If you guys don't want to spend the 2 VIPs, you don't have to gilt this medal. The medal will do damage when it's gilted because it is a tier 5, I'm pretty sure. I don't have to say pretty sure, I can just look at it. It's a tier 5, that means 150% gilt. That's more damage than Moana, and definitely more damage because it has a +3 strength buff. So, the medal can take care of itself, for 1, and 2, it takes care of the 2 medals after it, which is all you really need, guys. So, Illustrated Vivi, definitely an amazing medal. If you are planning to buy some VIP, he's a really good choice. He was game-changing in JP. He's still game-changing now, especially with traits. Even though it's just for 1 medal that gets that +6/+6, that 1 medal is all you really need for so many situations. Again, I'll save it for a medal spotlight video. I'll show you all the setups, but that's the general idea. High score challenges, Coliseum, any kind of setup, this guy will rock your Keyblade. He will destroy any Heartless you guys want if you use him properly. And like I said before, you don't have to buy both VIPs. If you get 1 VIP, you can even do this. You don't have to try to risk it. Let's say you put 2 of these together and then 2 of these together, you didn't get extra attack. Don't fuse the last 2 together, because you can do a Keyblade setup like this if you have a really strong medal, like let's say anything over here, or any setup like my Key Art 9. If I had Key Art 9 and Sleeping Lion, I could use 2 of these and I'll get a +3, and this guy will get us +6 because of that. So activate +3, activate +6, and this guy will get a +6. So really good, guys. You don't have to fuse them all together if you don't want to take your chance at extra attack and get nothing out of it and then have to buy the second VIP. You can save money, just buy one VIP, use 2 slots for 2 VVs, or if you get lucky, extra attack on your first VIP, you don't have to buy a second one because you don't need to guilt this. So that's all the notices. I hope I didn't spend too much time on Vivi, but that's basically what everyone's going to be questioning me for. Vivi, how good is it? Can I skip it? You can skip anything, guys. Anything in the game you can skip because there's always a power creep, there's always a better medal, and there's always new things being released. The game is always changing, so you can keep playing and keep spending. So there will always be better medals. But don't get caught into the, well, in this many months this is coming out, because that's always going to happen. So that thing you're waiting for comes around and now you no longer want it because the next thing is right there. But it's not right there. You guys got to remember, there's months in between these power spikes. If it's closer, I'll let you know. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section so everybody knows. But KR10 is a Jack and Sally for 3 turns. KR11 has some buffs on it too, and general defense down, which is really good. Those are really good VIP medals too if you guys want to wait for those ones. But this is the potential of Vivi. There's more than this, and I'll show you more than this on the medal spotlight. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.